Well, welcome to Can We Chat here. My name is Sheila Abram, and this Can We Chat here is pulling up on Facebook Live as we speak. We want to welcome our Facebook audience, and I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Miss Maxine Jones. Hey, Maxine, go ahead. Take it away, Maxine.
Well, good evening, Facebook family and friends. Welcome to Can We Chat Here? And Can We Chat Here is about our dreams, our goals, our stories, and our journeys. And, as always, we like to bring value to our Facebook family and friends. And we always have a myriad of different topics. Well, tonight's topic is owning a traditional business while building a network marketing business. Who does that? Anyway.
We do.
Tonight, we all do. Tonight, we have three very special guests. Miss Jacqueline Smith with her husband, Bill Lynch, and Miss Linda Lanns, who all are doing both. So welcome to Can We Chat Here? Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
You guys, and we have to say a special good evening to Mr. Harold Sykes there in the middle with Bill. That was so cool. He's like right there.
Yeah.
So before we get started, please, I'm going to go to each one of you, and please share with our Facebook friends what your traditional business is. So we're going to start with you first, Miss Linda Lanns, on what your traditional business is. Share with our Facebook friends what you do.
Good evening, Facebook family and friends. Linda Lanns, and I am the president and the owner of Creative One Billing Solution. It is a multi-specialty medical billing company, and with over 40 years of combined experience with health insurance and billing experience, our team is responsible to successfully bill claims to many insurance companies on behalf of doctors and hospitals. Our goal is to get the claim paid the first time out of the door. So that's what we do, medical billing.
Okay, next up, Miss Jacqueline Smith. What do you do?
I am a hairstylist, and I'm going to let my husband tell you what it is.
Okay. Actually, I'm a musician and an artist, and I own, along with my wife, I own and operate Ariel Joseph Art Gallery and Salon.
You guys certainly do multitask, don't you?
Yes.
Well, first question up. Let's start with Ms. Linda Lanns. We'll go that way. As a traditional business owner, how have you been able to run a traditional business and do Karatbars as well?
Well, Ms. Jones, I tell you, the only way that I can successfully do that is truly by the support of my team. And I see something here that just clicked up there. I had to take off the computer with the support of my team.
Right ahead.
And actually my spouse. The medical billing business actually is pretty much full functional and in place. And it just, with the team and the spouse, I'm able to kind of interweave them together, but it's not easy. I'm not saying that it's easy. Even though my medical billing business is successful, I find that I'm very passionate about Karatbars because Karatbars give me the opportunity to shift gears, whereas I have to stay in the same gear in the medical billing field. And with Karatbars, I'm able to shift gears, and I'm able to not be so much in the detail hands-on work, but I can actually have fun, excitement, and just get paid to do it too, right away, and not have to wait for a month after month after month. So that's how I'm able to actually do them both.
Okay. Ms. Jacqueline Smith, same question to you. Being a traditional business owner, how are you able to run your business as well as do your Karatbars business as well? Building a team.
Okay, as a hairstylist, after the initial consultation that I have with the client and I learned their lifestyle, I then have the time I have the opportunity to share care bars with them. And if they're sitting in my chair around the time that we have a power call, they got to listen to the power call.
I like that.
No other choice.
They have no recourse.
No other choice.
Mr. Bill Lynch, you with your multifaceted self, can you put it in a little synopsis, because nobody shared with us that you are a talker.
Right.
So actually,
that balance.
I don't so much. Well, it's kind of difficult to say to describe what I do as traditional, because even though it's a business, it's not. It's somewhat more spiritual as far as art is concerned. And it really wasn't until Carrot Bars that I realized that I owned a job. No, really, because when we opened up in 2013, and I realized it was a challenge because it's not something that you have goods and services that you sell like candy or whatever. So it's all subjective. That's what art is. It's subjective to the individual and if they like it or not. As far as Carrot Bars is concerned, when Roger Williams and Dwayne Taylor, when they came and gave a presentation, then that's when I understood and realized what freedom was and what wealth was. Before that, I didn't even know I was looking for freedom. I didn't even know what wealth really was until that. And so now I incorporate that knowledge when I finish talking about art, or we come to a conclusion with art or music or something like that, then I immediately go to the art of conversation and bring up Carrot Bars and then send them to the website.
Excellent. Ms. Sheila Abram.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the second question, but before I do, Bill, can you tell us what made you want to paint that wonderful picture that's on the wall? Actually, it's an excellent likeness of Harold. What made you want to? Did you paint that now?
Actually, I was gonna use that answer for the third question about, but since you asked it, because first of all, to be honestly, I wanted to really show my appreciation for Harold Sykes and the tools that he's given all of us.
Yes.
But at the same time, I knew I had the skill to do it, but it was a challenge. And one of the other things on the pre-call today, the guy was mentioning about you have to see something to believe it. Think something in your mind, and then you could create it, or when you see it, it can happen. And so whenever I do something artistic, I see it on the canvas before I actually create it. And so now that Harold and all the wealth builders and leaders have become a part of my life, I just wanted to incorporate that, show my appreciation. And so, yeah, it was a challenge, but I actually saw it before I began to do any sketching or do any painting. When I saw that portrait of Harold sitting there in his comfort zone, I said, that's the one. And so that's why I did that.
Excellent job. So I want to explain just a little bit about myself as well, because I am actually in the exact same category as our guest. I own actually multiple traditional businesses. I actually own a medical billing service. That was my first business that I started in 2006, and I still have it. I am winding that down. Definitely winding that down. But Linda Lanns and I had that in common. That was like one of the things. And I could ask her billing questions because she does a whole wide spectrum of medical billing, whereas our medical billing that I have, my doctor is very niche. And my medical billing service bills for my personal care agencies as well. So it's very, unique and simple. So Linda always has the answers that I needed for a little more of the complex questions. But the question I'm going to ask you, this is one that we all face. What challenges, Linda, and I'm going to start with you. What challenges did you face in the beginning with your business, your traditional business, and then taking off, on the Carrot Bars path, building that business as well?
I tell you, Miss Abram, it was very challenging at first, and not so much on the medical billing side of it. It was the Carrot Bar side, because when I got introduced to it, and thanks to you, that I was so excited that I couldn't hardly contain myself. So it was the excitement and the overwhelming, and I did everything. I was duplicating, and I really didn't even know what I was doing yet, but I was doing something. I was telling everybody. So I found myself just really getting exhausted. So that was a huge, huge challenge for me, because now I'm letting my medical billing business kind of neglected a little bit, because I'm full speed with Carrot Bars. I'm running. And with that, I had to rein it back in and actually start prioritizing and focus on. And then that way I was able to keep them going, parallel. Before that, it was just excitement and fun. And I was all about it and telling everybody.
Yeah. You had to get a balance with that.
Yes, I had to.
Keeping that balance.
Yeah.
Having that balance.
Now, Jacqueline, what kind of challenges, especially in the beginning, did you face when you decided to start, a second business, Carrot Bars?
The challenge that I had faced with Carrot Bars was just everyday life, just doing this, doing that, being involved in my grandson life a whole lot. I always was plugged into Carrot Bars, because I remember back a few years ago, they used to have 2 webinars that would come on in the morning and the evening. I would watch both of them all the time, but it was just busy with life. And then all of a sudden, it took me a whole year to even just do something with Carrot Bars. And I said to myself, this is enough. I am finna start doing Carrot Bars. I don't care about anything else. And I just got focused and started doing Carrot Bars. So I did have a challenge when I first started off with Carrot Bars. And I guess it was just life. Life got in the way.
Yeah. Now, Bill, what challenges did you face when you decided, you know what, you really are gonna actually say, I am a Carrot Bars business owner as well as an art gallery owner, and really pursue both businesses? What challenges did you face?
Well, I'll start off with the art first. The greatest art challenge that I have with art is that it's all subjective, and you never know what you do, how it's going to be accepted, or if somebody, just because I like it, I created that it's going to be accepted. Mm-hmm. My main challenge with Carrot Bars, and I have to be brutally honest, was that I wasn't plugged in. That's just the bottom line. I was not plugged in. And I would see the enthusiasm in my wife, and she would, say things to me, but I was digging in, and I said, well, my focus has to be the art. I've got to keep creating more art. But then as I started listening in on the power call and things like that, I understood that in order to find greatness or chase after greatness, you have to surround yourself with great or like-minded people. And so it's the same thing with building wealth. When you surround yourself with people that are like-minded and encourage you to do things that you need to do to build wealth by helping other people do the same thing, then that's what, it just didn't make it as challenging as it had been.
Yes, and I'm going to tell you my challenge. The challenges that I faced in the beginning, I own multiple businesses, but they're all like compartmentalized. And I found once I got into Carrot Bars, the network marketing aspect is so different from me, so that I was lopsided. It was like Carrot Bars But the thing is, you neglect your business. Listen, you didn't neglect your business, no matter what business it is. It's gonna suffer. Mm-hmm. You're gonna miss some deadline. You're gonna miss something that needed to be done. So one of the things I realized is, in order for me to be a leader on my team, growing a huge team, and all that it's entailed, I had to start truly delegating more. So my son, London, he is, when you say a great administrative assistant, he keeps me on track with everything. I mean, any type of paperwork that I need to mail out to my clients, that I need to upload to the state, he is reminding me constantly. He has all kinds of notes with things that I must do. This is one of his notes that I have to cross off. From balancing my checkbook to he's taken over all that. Plus, he also is a member with me. I mean, really running with his Carrot Bars business and keeping things going. So that the challenge is, you still have to keep your businesses afloat while you're growing your Carrot Bars business. Yes. That's a challenge. And I'm going to tell one of Linda's stories, because see, Linda's medical billing business, it's a successful one, but she was getting happy with Carrot Bars. I just started to become a magnet. Well, she started to become a magnet for her medical billing business. Yes. It just happened. She didn't mean it. That business ended up more than doubling in volume. Yes. And that became a challenge for her. Yes. She picked up a whole surgery center.
Yes. Just by her started to grow on its own.
Yes, it did.
Elevating and attracting. She was attracting business to this other business. And she'll tell you.
No way.
She's hired employees. She has employees.
Oh, yes.
And she's now like me. She's delegating.
All the time.
A lot.
All the time.
Delegating a lot. You have to. So over to you, Maxine. Question.
You're leading actually to my next question. And Bill, talked about, not plugging in. And it is crucial. It is key as far as plugging in and building your business, getting all the knowledge that's on the power calls, getting on the presentation. So my question is, do you segregate a specific time for the traditional business and then the Carrot Bars? And how do you incorporate them together? So Miss Linda Lanns, I'll start with you, who wanted to kick her traditional business to the side and keep just Carrot.
I really did. Well, I learned how to actually segregate them by I set a lot time. I've really learned focus on my time management skills. So now I set aside some time. I'm on all the calls. I'm on everything. But because my medical billing business is very flexible, I'm able to, the time in between, I can kind of work it while the staff is doing everything else during the daytime hours. I'm usually doing Carrot Bars. So I'm able, because of that mixture like that and the way I have it structured and set up, that's the way I'm able to actually work them simultaneously. Because I depend and I rely and I delegate and designate more to the other leaders of the team.
Okay. And it's also important to know that, the power call is key as far as during the day, but we also can listen to the replay, and we have the option of the replay. So Miss Jacqueline Smith, same question for you. How do you segregate?
Okay, can you hear me?
Specific time. You have the hair salon. I know you set up a walk and you have specific appointments. And so how do you incorporate the two businesses together?
Well, when I only work by appointments. If they don't have an appointment, I am not doing hair.
That's good.
It's and only the designated for my traditional business is when I'm working doing hair. I am using the opportunity to share Carrot Bars. So I share Carrot Bar each and every time that I can get to share, but I only work by appointment. If they don't have an appointment, I just don't do it. I don't want to continue to work behind a chair. Mm-hmm. Not like that, no.
Yeah. So then when you don't have an appointment, you have other time to incorporate.
Yeah, the squeeze care bar in. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Yeah. Mr. Bill, hey, here we are with you, the artist. So, question for you: how do you segregate your time as far as, well, yours is not exactly a traditional business, but how do you balance and incorporate the two together?
So, because I rely just on myself to create the art, I generally designate Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday as the day that I really buckle down and try to be creative, because our hours are Wednesday through Saturday for the gallery being open. So those 3 days, but it never fails. Sometimes I'll get inspiration at any moment. So I'm still active in that. But even if I'm at home during Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, when I walk out of the door, whoever I see, I encounter, I'm telling them about carrot bars. When I'm at the gallery, it's a little easier because now I have sort of a captive audience because they come into my business. So that when we, again, talk about art or talk about something relevant to art, then the moment that conversation comes to a conclusion, then I say, well, this is something else I'm involved in. And then I'll talk a little about carrot bars and send them to the website. So I try to, it's become a part of my being that whatever conversation that I have, at some point, I'm bringing up carrot bars. I'm sorry, that's just it.
Smiling because, we always say, well, doing the business, but actually we're not doing the business. Carrot bars is a part of our life. And you said that when you said you're actually incorporating, it is your life. It's not doing the business, it's a part of your life. It's a part of who you are. Miss Sheila Abram, next question for you.
The next question is, being a traditional business owner, what makes the carrot bars model or the whole network marketing model? What makes that appeal to you? You have your traditional business. What makes you want to embark down this other road in a network marketing business? So Linda, let's start with you.
Well, for me, I wasn't really, this with carrot bars wasn't my first network marketing deal. So I kind of knew about it and I had exposure in network marketing before. And I knew that the kind of the challenges and all of that, but it was something different about carrot bars. I was truly in search for gold.
Yeah, you were.
I was already aggressively looking. And I tell you, at a networking event, who do I run into by my surprise but Miss Abram? Mm-hmm. So there was my gold sponsor right there.
The gold lady.
The gold lady, yes. The gold lady. So because I was already looking for it and I went ahead and got quickly involved in it, it just, everything just changed. It just flowed. It started to flow together. Mm-hmm. So with that being, I would tell all of the staff at Creative One Building Solution, they're also in carrot bars. Everybody that I come in contact with in my space is going to know about carrot bars. Mm-hmm. They're just going to know about it. So I keep them together in that way where it just easily flows, that model.
Wow.
I like that.
Me too. Now, Jacqueline, what makes the network marketing business model, what made you say, you know what, this is going to fit? As a traditional business owner, I want to do this.
What made it fit? Well, it just don't even, it made sense to me. When I first got in carrot bars, it just made sense. And I just said that this is something that I want to do. It wasn't my first network marketing thing. Also, I had done a couple other things, but this was just so simple. It was just too simple. And I just love doing it. Yeah.
Okay, well, Bill, let's go to you. Let's see what kind of answer you have regarding what made network marketing, that business model, fit with you being a traditional business owner.
Well, first of all, I do like to talk. And I don't have, especially if it's something that I'm passionate about or interested in. But so I had a little bit of experience as far as direct sales marketing. I worked with a company that used to give, I'm not going to mention the name, used to give away pink Cadillacs. That's all I'm going to tell you. And you know, that experience helped me in my approach to people or people that I didn't know to share something with them. Once I realized what Carrot Bars was, after my wife pushed me into it, which I'm glad she did, and it made it a little more easy for me to approach people, because it's not about me, it's about helping somebody else. Because the only way any of us can, you know, prosper from it is by helping somebody else. That drives the value of the company. So that, I mean, and I'm going to stop, but I really like to.
Oh, gosh. Well, no, I tell you, when you were talking to me and Maxine, and you were talking about the pink Cadillac company, I was like, you? I mean,
that's what I was thinking, because I did the pink Cadillac, and we didn't have that many guys.
Yeah.
I started to ask him, what year were you in?
Well, no, I was in it. Wait,
a fan is here.
when they mixed it with lemon juice and milk, that's when I was in it. That was many, many years ago. As a matter of fact, I went to a meeting in downtown Chicago. The top earner was a guy that made $1 million that year or something.
Wow.
Like that. Wow.
Never knew that. Well, you know, for myself, what makes the network marketing model appealing to me, it was honestly when I began to truly understand what that model really meant. Because, I mean, I used to sell Avon, but see, Avon is not network. That's more direct selling, you know, years ago in my 20s. But to most traditional business owners, when you say network marketing, you still say, I'm going to start my own business. You know, network marketing, that is not your own business. And if I'm going to do it, I'm importing it, which I thought I'm importing it myself. As of now, as a true corporate owner, to have to not worry about payroll tax.
Oh my goodness.
To have to not worry about firing people. To have to not worry about all of the headaches that come along with owning a traditional business. Give me the network marketing business model any day. I don't have to have an office.
Right.
Especially with Carrot Bars. So you really need to look at the companies you want to get involved with. They are going to ship the product for me. I tried importing. Oh my goodness. I don't want to be an importer, okay?
I heard that story. You really don't.
I don't want to have to deal with shipping. I mean, in order to be able to step into a business model with a low level of entry, it is truly a low, because I know you have to have insurance on that art gallery and the stuff. I mean, there are so many inherent things that come along with business ownership, especially, Linda, when you have employees.
Yes.
You know, with the network marketing model, I don't have employees. I have business partners. You know, I have a team that I'm building. I'm trying to help them reach their goals.
Yes.
But it took me becoming educated on what a network marketing business is really all about, to really understand, hey, that makes dollars and cents.
Yes.
It makes good dollars and cents. So that's why that model is for me now.
Yeah.
Sheila, that's a very good point. And I think that's what it is. A lot of people do not really understand or appreciate how lucrative a network marketing is. You know, some people kind of poo-poo it, like it's not a real business, but the money that could be made, like you said, with the low overhead, it is by far the best way to go as far as building wealth and sharing with other people and transforming other people's lives. Absolutely. And it's that's what we're doing right now. We're just educating people. Next question.
Yes, Linda.
No, go ahead.
The simplicity of network marketing compared to a regular traditional business also makes it more viable. It's just much simpler. You just don't have all, like as you mentioned earlier, all the overhead, all the demands, all the clients, all the staff, all these in-betweens that you have in a regular business. You don't have those in network marketing. You really don't. So it's the simplicity of it as well.
Yeah.
Miss Linda Lanns, you're trying to take my power call theme for tomorrow. Really? Wait till you hear it tomorrow. You talk about yesterday. Like, she just jacked up my call. Anyway, as Miss Abram would say, anywho. Okay, as I'm going to go to Jacqueline and Bill first.
Okay.
As a husband and wife, business owners, you know, traditionally, how do you keep each other motivated? You know, what do you do? How do you keep each other motivated to continue on this journey of building a team and building a business, but you still have the separate businesses?
Well, it's kind of funny. My husband will say that it's really not motivating, but he likes to watch a lot of TV sometimes, and I will.
He ran you out, Bill.
And then I will say, I'll go to him and I say, well, they get paid. You need to go get paid. Turn that TV off, or sometimes I tell them turn that dummy box off, and then that'll get him moving. But he'll say, "Oh, that didn't make me move." But I don't think that he likes to hear my mouth, so it kind of motivates him to, okay, I need to be doing some kid bars, because I tell him all the time, they got paid. We need to get paid.
Bill goes, let me go do some income producing activity.
Right.
So she won't get on me. Okay, Bill, same question to you, sir.
Okay, I'm going to put it like this. In the beginning, I didn't motivate her at all because it wasn't, well, okay. So yeah, she would say the things that she just said she would say, but I just dug deeper into my ditch, okay? And it wasn't until I saw other leaders help her, when I saw her enthusiasm when she came back from Let's Go Weekend, all the ones that she came back home, I saw her enthusiasm. And so I said, and yeah, she kept going on and on and on. And so, and then every now and then because I hear the power call every day because she was playing it. So I would listen and I'd be like, yeah, okay. And so then when the Big Pill and Coach came, did the presentation, I mean, I had to at least act like I was, enthusiastic about it. So that actually did make me just say, okay, let me go ahead and learn something about this so I won't look stupid when they come in, because they're going out of their way to come help us. So I said, okay, let me get involved more with this. So she actually did motivate me, but in a roundabout way. She didn't really know what she was doing.
But she got you moving. Okay, Miss Lanns, question to you, and how does your husband Ruben help you with your business?
Well, he helps me with the business, with both of them actually. He participates, he supports me. He's always let me put it in a nutshell. duplication, duplication, duplication. He actually helps by passing out the cards. He's pamphlets, CDs. He gets on the phone. He gets the numbers of the folks, even when I don't get them. And he makes sure they watch the videos. And here's a very cute, it was over this weekend. We were in Home Depot, and I ran into a former coworker. And we were in line, so she was working there we're at the register, at her register. And I went ahead and was sharing and gave my business card, and he whispered in my ear, said, "Don't forget to get her number." So, so she heard him, and what she did, she doesn't turn and says, "Linda, I'll write it down on the back of the receipt." So she wrote the number on the back of the receipt so that I could follow up with her. So he's actually, we actually work together closely as a team. We have fun with it. We really have fun with it. He's easy to get along with. So I think I have the higher energy. So he just goes ahead and follow me. So we just have fun with it. We have fun with Karatbars.
Well, it's key, especially when you have a husband and wife team that will work together cohesively.
Well, Abram, I want to ask that question of you, Maxine. You and Bill, because Bill definitely. How does Bill Jones? How does he motivate you?
My husband is. But like tomorrow morning, I will be sitting here, and here comes Bill with a big cup of tea. He knows that I like tea, and he'll bring a big cup of tea. And he gets up in the morning. He actually puts on the computer for me. Like, he won't touch it. It's like, oh, just going, and like he's downstairs now. He's watching a game, but he will ensure that the volume is so low that it will not impact the show. I have gone to every single Let's Go weekend, and my husband has encouraged me. The first time that I missed the VIP exclusive, and I remember when they came up with the premium packages, and I said, "Oh gosh, I really want to, do premium packages." And he looked at me, he said, "So go for it. You can do it. Go for it. VIP." He goes, "No, you." So when I made him a VIP, he's like, "I'm a VIP too. What's that?" Don't worry about it. You're a VIP with me. And he, taking me to the airport, picking me up, and ensuring that, my mental frame is just fine to do this business. But he's always quietly in the background, but very strong for me. Absolutely.
Yeah, we could not forget.
He's coughing now.
We could not forget Bill Jones. But one thing I do want to also talk about, Reuben Washington. He comes from, I'd say more a high profile background. He knows, a lot of sports figures, more from promoting industry, entertainers. And he has introduced Linda and I, opened up quite a few doors. As a matter of fact, one this summer, huge door, just from his connections. But one thing and this is what I appreciate, he had to be around Karatbars and just really watching and he's come to the live meetings, and once he really took hold, then I could tell that's when he felt comfortable really bringing in friends from his world, from that part of his life into this business. Yes. So that's one thing. He's a quiet giant, but that man knows a lot of people. And he's
got connections.
Yeah, the phone making it happen.
Yeah. So we always say we're connectors.
Yeah. Anyway, now the last question: how has Karatbars impacted your life? How would you say it's impacted your life? And let's start with you, Linda.
Well, the leadership from Karatbars International, Mr. Size, has not only his leadership, but demonstrating it, and his commitment throughout the entire corporation. Me doing what he say, meaning it, and actually doing it is very important in networking, because there's so many times it doesn't happen that way. And also not only Karatbars, but Wealth Builders Worldwide. It's truly an experience like none other. And for myself, I can say that I've not really experienced this type of family love in such a way that you can't really just read about it and talk about it. But when you're really being about it, it's phenomenal, and it's really hard to comprehend. You just have to be involved and feel that excitement and the joy. So that's how it has really, really, I've grown. Personal development, I always loved that anyway, and I know that I've grown even more by being in Karatbars and being associated with Wealth Builders.
Thank you. Now, Jacqueline, how has Karatbars International impacted your life?
Well, just basically a whole lot like Linda Lamb has mentioned, with Wealth Builders, personal development. It impacted my life by knowing that it financially has changed my family life, but most of all, by showing other people that it can also change their financial life, generation after generation after generation.
Yes, and Bill, how has Karatbars International impacted your life?
So when I just started here, when my son was born, I realized my own mortality. And I realized that I wanted to leave something behind for my family, for him and my kids, family to come. And so that's what I thought I was doing. So, because my art, it does have a measure of value, and I was leaving that. But when I got with Karatbars, I realized not only could I leave something of appreciating value for my family, but by just sharing the information, I can leave an appreciating value for the world to infinity. But I also appreciated the vision of Harold Sykes and the tools that he presented to us. I appreciated the wisdom and experience of Mr. Best of showing us how to use those tools, because I could give you a hammer and a nail and tell you to go nail those 2x4s, but if you try to hammer in the head of the nail by hitting the point, you're not going to get very far. So somebody needs to show you how to use the tools that you got. And it's just the spirit that goes along with the Karatbars family, with Wealth Builders Worldwide. I mean, just let's go weekend 6. It's crazy. People that knew nothing about me. I mean, I felt like I was related to, like we were in the same family, because we have a common goal of helping people, because by helping others, we know we're helping ourselves. So, I mean, I can't even explain how much it's impacted my life. But as I talk to people every day, I mean, it just gives you a warm feeling when you speak to someone, because you know how valuable it is, even if they don't accept it, just by the fact that I know that I did what I was supposed to do and shared the information and sent them in the right direction. It made an impact on myself and hopefully everyone else. So.
Well, I tell you what, wonderful answers. I don't want to make you nervous, but the man himself, Mr. Harold Sykes, has been watching Can We Chat here. Mr. Harold Sykes, if you want that painting of yourself, contact Bill Lynch. He is the artist with that likeness. Yes, I can see he's on our stream watching. So, I mean, this is just a wonderful testimony to the type of organization we're in. That is one of the things that, as a traditional business owner, I know the challenges of when your website is not functioning properly. I know the challenges. Let's say, for me, we have to print payroll. Okay, if my printer can't print payroll, I better be running out buying another printer, because my employees don't want to hear it. They better be paid on time. Okay. There have been many challenges that, as a traditional business owner, he has had to overcome. And he does it, and he keeps his word. That is one of the wonderful things about the heart of Harold Sykes. I honestly feel that he honestly believes in his own mission and his mission to free us all. Because yes, my traditional businesses do very well, but I was brought up under the credit card era. See, sometimes those credit card bills are as much as we're bringing in, because they taught us to charge it. Charge it. Get it now. And I grew up with that. So with Carrot Bars and Saving in Gold, I have never ever saved this much money in my entire life than when I started Saving in Gold. And now with Carrot Gold Coin,
oh my goodness,
I have never been offered a ground floor opportunity ever. And Harold Seitz is offering all of us a seat at that table. So thank you so much, Mr. Seitz. Thank you for getting on Can We Chat here? You mean the world.
Thanks, Harold.
Now, Maxine, how has Carrot Bars impacted your life?
Oh my God, Carrot Bars. First of all, the word that I always have from Mr. Harold Seitz is trustworthy. And you cannot say that about a lot of CEOs these days, but he is very trustworthy. He's a man of his word. But Carrot Bars International and being a part of Wealth Builders Worldwide, I have learned and stretched and grown so much. And knowing the lady to my left there, just learning about gold, because, you know, growing up, I thought gold was jewelry. You know, I never looked at gold as jewelry, you know, 14 karat, 18 karat, 24 karat, about leaving a legacy for my family. For my grandchildren to not just their lives, but make a difference just in this world, just some little niche of the world that, like Mr. Best Chair said, the world will know that you came and that you did make a difference. And Mr. Tyrone Best has taught me delayed gratification, because I was one of those people, you know, I see it, I buy it, I want it. I got, especially when you're working, when you're younger, I have the money, I have the cash. Yeah, well, credit card. Yeah, put it on the credit card. But, you know, that gets you into deep trouble. So I've learned delayed gratification. I have learned to also be my own person and to just not be afraid to talk, to be who I am. And I have just stretched and grown. And the mentor that's at my left there pushed me. Yeah, that left or right. Yes, that way. That I can do more than I even thought of myself. So I am just so grateful for Wealth Builders Worldwide. I'm so grateful for Carrot Bars International. And I'm never going to stop being a part of both.
All right. Well, Maxine, do you want to close us out?
Absolutely. We want to thank you, all of you, for being on Can We Chat here. We just love having guests that are, you guys are real. And that's what this is about. You know, just real life, real talk, you know. And it's just been our pleasure and an honor to have all three of you here. And it's been fun, too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
So Facebook family and friends, tune in next week to another week after next. Week after next. We are going to do a Memorial Day break. So we'll be back June 4th with a very interesting topic. I'm not going to give it away because it's going to be good. So 6 Pacific time and 9 Central time.
You know what, Maxine? Give it
Should
away.
we? Okay. The topic is going to be, let's do it. The lively ladies of Wealth Builders Worldwide.
Wow.
Yes. You want to give the guess?
And I'm telling you, when you think about
just think about the two. Lively, featuring Miss Cherie Hollywood and Linda Kelly.
Miss Linda.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Cherie Hollywood.
Yes.
So that's
right. Yeah.
Texas Gold Rush Gladiator.
Exciting.
Two of the not that there are other lively ones, but two of the lively ladies of Wealth Builders Worldwide. So that will be June 4th.
Yeah, June 4th.
So tune in.
Because you all have to
Can we chat here? Go ahead and say, yeah, when you think of lively, that's
two top
Hands down, undoubtedly. So they're eager, they're ready to share, and we're gonna just have fun. We're gonna have fun.
Oh yeah.
All right, everybody.
Good night.
You were wonderful.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.